So what is going on, everybody? Today we're going to be talking about the Division movie, and the reason why is because the lead director just had one of the best hits ever. Yes, he is the lead director for Red Notice. If you guys don't know, on Netflix, it's #1 for a weekend opening, and it's #1 for all-time viewed Netflix film, which is actually pretty crazy. And the crazier part is he will be directing The Division, and not only that, he's a Division fan. So we found a lot of little things because he's been doing a ton of interviews, and his name is Rawson Marshall Thurber, who is actually a really genuine guy and seems like he is all about The Division, and I can't wait to see what he does with it. But we'll talk about all that in this video. Remember, if you guys find this video useful, smash the thumbs up, but let's get into it. So we know in February that Ubisoft came out with a public statement saying that the Division movie was coming to Netflix. And it talks about Rawson Marshall Thurber, who will direct it, and the previous projects that he has directed included Skyscraper, and of course you guys know the upcoming film that I just talked about at the very beginning, Red Notice, which actually featured some of the biggest artists in the game: Dwayne Johnson, Ryan Reynolds, and Gal Gadot. Now, what I've been hearing about this movie is give you a whole backstory of how it all spread. So obviously we know, if you played the game, right, that Division, the virus was spread through paper money during Black Friday, and then it decimated the city of New York. So that is where this is going to be taking place. And then it says, by Christmas, what's left of society has descended into chaos. And obviously it talks about a group of civilians who are trained to operate in catastrophic times are activated to save who and what remains. And obviously, you know, that's the whole story for the Division 1, which is actually pretty cool, right? Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually go into an interview that they did. They did this interview on Collider Interviews, and he actually talked a little bit about the Division, how he's so much of a fan of the Division, and I thought this was actually really cool. So let's take a look at this.
You are attached to the Division, which is something that I mean, it's been talked about for forever. Do you think it's actually getting made anytime soon?
I do, actually. I love the Division. I'm a huge fan. I play it every Tuesday night with 3 buddies of mine, like a bowling league. We've been playing for, I don't know, 7-8 years now, from Division 1 through Division 2. And yeah, I think we have a very good chance of getting it made. We just finished our second draft, and I'm about to do my pass on the script. I haven't had a chance to write on it because I've been making this movie. So I'm hopeful that I'll do my pass on the draft, and then we'll go make it this year. It's my next movie as far as I'm concerned.
Right, and that's what I wanted to know. I know that has to be a priority project for Netflix. Yeah. Have they made that clear to you? Like, please, we really want to make this next year?
They haven't quite said it like that, but you know, we've been focused on Red Notice, but it's definitely something that they're excited about and we're excited about.
My last thing on it, what do you think it is about the material that will make it like a cool movie?
Well, I mean, I what I love about the Division, the game itself, is yes, it's super fun to play. It's a cover-based co-op shooter, but the part that I love most about it is, and this might sound a little corny, but when you're on these missions in the game, you're there to restore power, to get electricity running, to get people food and water.
That's true, right?
So you're there to help, right? You're there in service of, and I think that that the Division has a great heart at its center, the core concept of that game, and it asks a very, very simple question: what do we owe each other in a society? What does one person owe to another? When the chips are down and things look at their worst, are you a selfish person, or are you a selfless person? And how do we rise together, if at all? And there's a lot of powerful themes there. I'm really excited to explore. So I think ultimately the heart of the movie, the heroism of the movie is what's gonna drive it.
And that's where they end the whole conversation on that. What I take away from that, right, is at heart, he's a huge Division fan. He just said it. I think every Tuesday night with 3 other buddies, they get on like a bowling league and play this game. And for me, as a Division hardcore fan, I think that's who I would want directing my movie. I thought that it was super cool to hear that he actually plays the game. He still plays the game. He's been playing for over 7 years, right? Since Division 1 over to Division 2, which is actually pretty cool. And I gotta say, this movie could be something special. What I also thought was really cool, this one actually, I was a little starstruck. I'll show you guys this. So I had one of my subscribers actually tag me on Twitter saying, NothingButSkillz, my apologies for not tagging you earlier. I was in a mad dash for work. This is a local radio that had an interview with Thurber. Thought you might be interested in here. He talks about the Division video game movie adaptation, him making the movie. And I personally thought it was the same exact interview, but later on I realized there has been multiple interviews where he's done, and this was just one of them. But I genuinely just wrote back. I watched a YouTube video with Rossum Thurber interview he just had about the new Division movie. He seems like a really big Division fan, which is super cool, and he said him and his buddies still play weekly. So this one should actually be a good one. So I wrote that, and guess who wrote back? Yes, Rossum Thurber himself. NothingButSkillz, I watch your videos all the time. Thanks for the knowledge, man. Holy, yo, he watched my video. Hey. Nah, for real though. I thought that was actually really cool. You don't realize how many people you actually touch when you make content for the world, right? When you create content. Yes, you know, like I think our main channel has 50 million views. Our second channel has 7 million views. So yes, there's a lot of total views, and that can touch a lot of people, but you just never know. And to see someone of his caliber, a movie director who makes movies, actually takes the time to watch me who just makes content on video games because he enjoys the video game, was actually really cool. And I texted all my friends. I was like, yo, guess what happened? So it's actually pretty cool. And then I just wrote, that's really cool to hear. I'm glad you enjoy the content. Excited to see what you have planned for the Division movie. So it looks like this movie is going to be something special, and I personally can't wait to find out what they have in store. Holy, I wouldn't even mind being an extra. Let me be like someone who's looting like the store. I get shot in the back or something and I die on the floor and I'm in there for like maybe 3 seconds, and that was my cameo. All jokes aside, I think this movie is going to be pretty insane, and I think the bigger picture of this movie is what it's gonna do for the Division franchise as a whole, right guys? I say this because if this movie does really well, a lot of people enjoy it. Imagine if it does close to what Red Notice does, and then people find out this is a video game too, and they're like, you know what, I want to go try this video game out. The amount of attention, the amount of people who will be driven in to go play the Division 1, Division 2, or any Division content they have at the time could be pretty impressive. And for them to say that they're working on it and hopefully they can have it done by next year, maybe we'll get it next holiday season around the same time as Red Notice just dropped not too long ago, I think could be really cool to see. And I'm just excited as a Division content creator, as a fan. This is something that I've always wished that they would make, a Division movie, and for them to be really doing this, to have a director who's so into the Division, right? Like, it's not just a director who's like, all right, I'm making a movie. Someone who plays the game weekly. It's gonna be a total different experience for all of us, and I'm sure we'll enjoy it. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys actually think it's pretty cool that the director of the Division is a hardcore Division fan? I will see you guys in the next one, but until then, hey, NothingButSkillz out.